The Denver Broncos held their final session of OTAs today, and the media was out there, so we've got some actual information coming out of Dove Valley. We've also got some highlights. I'll put together a little highlight video after this video is out, but let's go ahead and bring in this tweet here from Zach Stevens, kind of summarizing the day. This information is going to be a little bit vague up until we get to training camp when the fans are out there. The Broncos don't want to leak a bunch of stuff so their opponent can scheme around them, or more importantly, so the media can't have a field day with it. The Broncos like to keep stuff tight-lipped, so this information is a little bit vague. Evan Engram is going to be a massive staple in the passing game. Engram was brought in to be that move tight end, big slot player for the Denver Broncos, that joker, that safety valve for Bo Nix, and he's settling into that role brilliantly. Very good news in regards to Evan Engram. This is a typo here, but there shouldn't be any concerns about R.J. Harvey's hands. He caught everything. That is a continuation from last week. The reports coming out of last week's OTA sessions were that R.J. Harvey's hands looked really good, and he's going to be a super reliable threat in the passing game. If he can just figure out pass protection, then he could potentially be an every down back for the Denver Broncos. Talanoa Hufanga is a workhorse. He's constantly grinding on the practice field, and it's always good to have high-energy, high-motor players in practice situations. Those are the guys that you know are really going to succeed at the highest level in the NFL, like Talanoa Hufanga has. Guys who screw around in practice, don't take it serious, and don't take advantage of every single rep that they get out there, they're not going to make it long in the league. Talanoa Hufanga is one of those grinders, and quite frankly, that's something that the Denver Broncos want to build their entire team identity around, is grinders both in the practice field, in the classroom, and most importantly, on the field on Sundays. Devaughn Vele continues to impress. Vele has been getting a really good report coming out of OTAs. He's been catching everything that comes his way. I do believe that at the end of the day, Devaughn Vele is going to end up as the wide receiver 2 for the Denver Broncos this year. Pat Bryant will challenge him, but we are hearing so much good stuff about Devaughn Vele that I think it's going to be his job to lose for the time being. Jeremy Crawshaw launches punts. So Jeremy Crawshaw was brought in. It's not often that you draft a punter, but hopefully this will stabilize the position for the next 10 plus years. That's what we want with Jeremy Crawshaw, and he's looking really good out there in OTAs. And Andrew Mason, the punt nerd himself, kind of said the same thing. He launched some missiles out there, which is really good. Mace also made a note on Q Robinson, the Broncos' 4th-round edge rusher. He was a beast today. Holy terror out there. He was drafted initially to play special teams, but if he can find his way in on the defensive rotation, that could be really big because he's got some freakish athleticism that could translate really well at the edge rush position at the NFL. Mace also made a note on R.J. Harvey, dynamic in all areas, something you really love to see. As far as DNPs for today, Garrett Bowles was not out there. Sean Payton addressed that in his press conference, said that Bowles had a prior obligation to attend to. This is all voluntary at this point in time, so no big deal there. A.T. Perry wasn't out there, Corinne Reed wasn't out there, and JFM is still not out there, but he's going to be back next week for mandatory minicamp. Dre Greenlaw, PJ Locke, Jonah Ellis, Blake Watson, and Christian Williams were on the side, but they did not participate in practice today. So, overall, another productive day of OTAs. Next week, the Denver Broncos are going to hold 3 days of mandatory minicamp. All 3 days, the media is going to be out there, so we're going to be getting a lot more reports, a lot more footage, a lot of that stuff coming out of mandatory minicamp next week, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are both free and easy ways to show your support. It helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and it helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I am your host, Gage Madrid, saying peace out.